traditional. In my role as a quality specialist at Charts, I developed simplified methods to empower statistics acting in a way that was useful for all of the organization. Remember, the person can use these same in their personal lives to improve quality of life. Believe me. About you use SPC. Okay? Burning problems, either personal or business. If there's a problem, there's a support to that. For instance, it could be blood sugar, weight, sleep, or specific to you. Whatever. And else also, you can use these charts. On metrics, wherever variations exist, that's what Deming was stressing on. But cost of goods sold, quality, delivery, gross profit, where we are not using the charts. Customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction, two pillars for a success of a business. Are we using the charts? And up higher level, CEO and officers fundamental revaluation, momentum, insider trading. So everybody needs to know that, but the CEO and the corporate operators should be able to use that. Back to manufacturing, for instance, machine ongoing reliability monitoring. You know, another metric called first pass yield in production and non-production processes. This and Six Sigma and everything together, by the way. In facing, you should use it. For monitoring my blood sugar, SPC for your health management. When you varies, control charts could help identify when to interfere and when not to interfere. But Dilip Babu asked me, how can we improve work life and personal life? Yes, we are going to cover that. Balance your work life and personal life. Expected levels of reliability is the control chart to accept warranty will flow to bottom line profit. I'm going to start, which helps you. Questions, please write in the chat box. I'll back at the end. This slide is comparison of traditional chart to rainbow SPC. All of you asked me, what is this rainbow? So I'll cover that in detail with me. Traditionally intends to improve quality. That was Stewart's goal. That was Deming's role. I mean, it was asking us to use. And difficult to use and understand. Common man I'm talking about. This data after the fact, the process is not easy. And risk being rejecting acceptable situations, be accepting rejectable situations are examples that I faced, so that I'm believing what I'm talking about. Well, it actually improves quality because putting some disciplines, go to the chart, and let's make it very simple. Simple to understand. Live data management while the process is running and corrections are more effective. That response is very important. By meter is reduced through control methods, which I'm going to show you. And it's visible with the color. Clues to solve problems are organized in the same chart. And are low. I touched the USPC in a company which had in 39 countries. That we are going backwards, not forward. The effect to use of SPC charts. Its methods are too complex. As I blindly using SPC process and not reaping maximum benefit. Remember, that costs money and gets you nothing. This is RAINBOW SPC Charts. This is done by a university professor, not me, who are using these. Stories of wrong use of charts I'll be sharing. Plastic cover supplier that X-bar and R charts was drifted out of specification. The control of the process is being in control because he was changing the mean every time. Another part, critical for car quality, the sharp diameter was not in application for several years. X-bar and R chart for 8 years, by the way, to be back. As part of the variations on the rainbow chart, and the operator identified the problem and fixed it. They're providing simple and useful charts to frontline workers. Remember that. Frontline workers were to give them. Okay? We are support persons. We should be control persons. A given parameter for different part, use traditional method showed that the was not capable of accurately measuring the parameter. Using a rainbow chart is capable of accurately measuring the parameter. You know why it happens? Because the sample size is less, the deviation will throw it out, and your gauge is no good. Well, we should have said everything is within 10 to 20%. Next slide explains for us to variation, make it simple. So we have the spectrum of where cancer therapies are done outside invisible rays, and the science God gave us using the standard deviation, we can deviation to color, so the common man, frontline guy, can understand the shift without worrying about what is standard deviation. You get the maximum benefits with that. In business, personal life can benefit from knowing when to interfere and when not to interfere. There is no effective way to do that. Did our creator have a reason to create only 7 cuts visible? To put control limits at levels? So aligning the two. Was becoming a messenger to tell us that is the understanding of the spirit? Do we need data to understand the spirit? Can ray charts be used to monitor the spirit? Those who can, Dr. Deming, they'll remember this example for managers interventions. Okay? If you contact me via email, I will explain and not hold up the class today. So yes, the principles in the next slide must be followed in order for rainbow charts to be used actually. By the way, this is applicable to your current charts also, not rainbow charts. Let me be very clear. The color side for the variation, addressing the variation, also got definition of here, which is useful to any SPC charts you have. Providing immediate feedback. Remember, immediate feedback. A day, manufacturing or whatever. Normal deviations are identified and acceptable deviations. Implement solutions addressing root causes. If you don't implement solutions which cause root causes, you're wasting your time. Analysis using simple quality tools. Better action is important. Products and processes for reliability as well as quality. So you by heart this, and when you walk and talk with these slides, you will be very happy in your life, and everybody will listen to you. Application of the rainbow chart helps provide us on the quality characteristics to be measured and identify roles and responsibility of a work team or a family. Should attain acceptable behavior to each other and intervene appropriately when behaviors deviate to unacceptable levels. You can all relate to that. This is freedom and peaceful family life. Any questions? Write in the chat box. I'll look at it. That example, India project. Okay. Company, they requested me to do some consulting and help them apply Six Sigma tools. We picked one of the projects where they had to reduce cost of manufacturing. It's a software company. Software people, operation. Cost was too high, like 50% because of the inspection and rework. Let me walk you through what we did. About 2,000 people, 120 were on this project. Books, newspapers, and other things to ease for customers in USA and Europe. The requirement is very strict with consequences, quality problems like losing business. There was high-skilled software personnel on a line that was losing money. We chose a line for training. In my question was how long it takes to inform an operator. Remember, this is what you've got to practice. They said 3 days. It was easy for me. Feedback is the rainbow principle. I'm a manager. He went and changed out so that inspectors work closely with operators. They were inspection staff by 40%, achieved the objective in a short time. Isn't that wonderful? Every principle is like a golden nugget for you. To search for clues for continuous improvement, we entered rainbow attribute charts. Calculated attributes totally different from shoe charts, by the way. I created the subgroup size and set the 3 standard deviations. 5 statistically valid. These are 2 defects in a subgroup to be met by operator and inspector. This is intervention. When it goes at the stage of a yellow color, those who want to understand standard deviation, one standard deviation, you pull level management, car supervisor, and then takes a look and make sure things are going properly. And when it comes to 4 defects, 2 standard management is called in. And 3 standard deviation, get manager to the floor to help, not support. By the way, to work with line manager in Xerox, implemented, operations manager said, "Why are you bringing him here? This is blood pressure. Tomorrow that you couldn't make the production because of quality." It has nature at every layer of the organization. Other people will lie, and the is becoming wallpaper. To get managers to help workers as not intervention. To meet quality and production numbers. Rainbow chart application. There is a 5 there coming up. It's beautiful when I put my 3 sigma limit. 1 point became the average in a chart, for instance, those who are here. Deviation went to 3, 2 standard 4, and 3 standard went to 5 is good. So chart at the bottom I have a Pareto of defects on the group sizes. Divert your thoughts. I didn't want to confuse you. So there's a Pareto at the bottom left. The is froze by. You calculate some group size based on that bottom line. Okay. So actions. Very important. Every chart should have this on the right so that they know who, what, when. Okay? It's communicated between in operator and the defect, the first intervention comes, at the fourth defect, the second intervention comes, and what are they supposed to do is indicated. I don't have time to go through that. Please go through and implement whatever feels good to you in your own place. Now you get through because manufacturing center where I develop in all non-production environment, which anxious. Understand 2/3 of you are working in non-production. This is the words they actually said, so to state what they said, okay? We need to record the number of interruptions in a given month to identify the biggest offenders. One of you asked, can I handle interruptions? In progress, ensure our process was within statistical control, we utilize the rainbow charts. In order for foreign vendor payment, okay, ensure our process was within statistical control, utilize the rainbow charts. Don't you want to do that? A area benefited. So, like finance, I'll show you other department also. Also, finance, you provided the number of invoices put per day to collect so that we could track the volume of invoices coming in. So, use the rainbow technique to identify and resolve a problem with internal mail. Look at that. What a burning problem. Use it. Find similar needs in your applications. Technique was used to reduce the number of days it took for tracing drafts and avoid duplicate replacements drafts before the stage of the draft is established. Wow. Okay. Let us look at personal department. We took errors being made with the whole system using rainbow charts. I'm sure everywhere. A parent and the beginners are being advised. Okay. The control group at CMCT is the statistical techniques to track performance in areas recognized to be major contributors to cost of quality. Wow! If everybody talks cost of quality, you know, you're getting more profit. That engine change cut in performance compared with the original target month. Total performance to achieve engineering changes and the disruptions performance in the configuration control environment. CM Canadian Manufacturing Center, it was benchmark for SMIP application, operation. Senior VP who visited us to CEO that Rainbow is a great tool. Syria example, which was a lot of city people, but never catered to the owners. We are to remedy our problem with unsatisfactory customer service from staff. By we realized we could play in a highly organized and structured manner and at the best decisions of customer satisfaction tracking. The errors they were making. Do I have satisfaction with SPC? How about we are to monitor the errors in our issues of parts from our stores area to our assembly line. Found and catch the problem area by using Pareto charts, which you saw out of my attribute. The Pareto chart helped us recognize our best defect area so we could focus the majority of our time resolving this problem. Isn't it efficient to do that? I'll face this. Let us take it. We use meetings on a daily basis to identify those that do not add value. And word. We also improve the agenda in our meetings. I would not have been possible with complex statistical methods like chart, P chart, C chart, and NP chart. Imagine training these guys with all those jumbo mathematics. RAINBOW transforms all data to subgroup size and statistical validity. I'll show you next how RAINBOW transforms a bar chart with another hot button to RAINBOW pre-control charts. In when a supplier of a critical part, a shop, was not meeting specifications and had rejection in the assembly line for a long time. The supplier was using X bar and R chart to quality for 8 years and they kept the specification. So, data of the first 5 pieces produced, each piece in 3 pieces, left, center, and right, because it's critical there. The results to understand the root cause of variation. Variation was within piece for, you can see the specification range and how much the within piece is using up. Oh my gosh. You said use this variation. He means the next he produce at much less variation. The pre-control charts is to make sure that 5 pieces in green or better are 50% of specification. And pieces just are leave the process alone. This process in place for several decades. We can improve the process and phenomenon, which is the reliability. Please, there is build phenomenon. They don't even limits. The specification and that's it. With like Japan, India, and other places. ASQ. Please of the top of the chart and bottom of the chart. Percentage of the specification is being used up like that's the chart. Okay, 100% on the top, 100% at the bottom, and the target number is there. Do you plot the SPC chart and understand percentage contribution of all factors? Answer. Okay. Next application of March, morning high at 150, given me a goal to achieve 100 in 3 months. Do you have a problem for me? Let's up the doctor to be 150. And the goal to bring it down to 100 by doctor. Specification limit at say upper specification limit using RAINBOW charts. You plug and fill the software. All daily data in the data sheet added in the data sheet to track root cause and corrective actions. Okay. The chart here. I had too many drinks in the evening. Now the drinks completely because there's a choice. It's evening. Like that. Take care. Otherwise, these things are useless. Okay. If anything, if you focus on it, if you focus on it, you can see in the still long way for me to go. but the started now with you really growth monitoring application. The Xerox tasked me to develop something, robot up, and were failing miserably in the assembly. We used to lose production. Okay. So contracted a robot supplier to design and manufacture a robot to a little part called die core, which is a mechanical complex part. And the machine failed reliability very badly. Can you fail use after every 3 parts assembled on average? The recommended parts made between failures. Reliability growth. And got all of the responsible people involved accountable and implement solution. That's why that picture exists there. As fail happens, I want everybody in there. So you rely on SPC chart. Note, horizontal scale is cumulative pieces produced. What number of failures? Mean units, mean time to failure, such as the scaling, failures, and software plots the graph. From a field to 533 units in 3 years. Is this? If you have people that beats this, please share with me. Because people like responsible people with immediate feedback the supplier's facility. Because the problem with the supplier, we the time lost when I made down in the plant in Xerox, which was prior to applying Rainbow principles at design and development stage. Try this in your research and product development. Wow. Try it. Should this be your quality plan in design operations? On reliability monitoring, has given you warranty, and you don't know whether it is meeting reliability or not. Next, in a case, you have characteristic measurement gauge and additional gauge study. Is not capable. The repeatability and reproducibility data and data use less than 10% of specification. Which I need to work on solving the problem. At least before we need to focus and not focus on something like a gauge study and not meeting gauge. I also address a perceived gauge not capable situation. Remarkable findings. Please. Gauge R&R studies are a design of experiment. The black person in the Indians. Put center specification limits to percentage contribution. Is there any design of experiment? Though as it was using only 10% of specification, we start on Rainbow SPC chart. Suddenly, you went up to 100% from normal. Better or worse? Investigate what is happening. It to be cleaning the part 10 times instead of 3 times. Because time for design of experiment, one of the factors was cleaning. So I said, I have time, let me clean it. You have to do full. We got the clue and fixed it. Okay. You was so successful both in chronometering center as well as in Webster, because I moved from Webster in 1990 after I did these rainbow charts. Webster embraced this, and today see we made headline news in the newspaper. Team one day using our Paula Lair CEO does some verbal on it. Quality still reigns at Xerox. And this in a essentially on the right. Do you see that? That's it. We can achieve zero defects. Okay. And but test operators were involved. Most important, get involved when quality, when supervisors get involved, and so on. And they were part of the team. Okay. Develop success stories. Last slide. Dr. process simplified, zero defects with I'm building on the charts there. Okay. Given as is all effect on environment at the independence, like we started with, see that these tools can help you. Webinars are like I mentioned to you. Okay. Few after acknowledging people. Takeaways, what you learned, please put it in the chat box so that we can capture that. Inside this knowledge, people who have shaped my life from my golf cricket club here, whom I can talk to you and so on and so forth, and about see the beach, sun with the bird there. You have one beaches, and the names of the people who have voted in my quickly back to question and answers. Okay. We develop KISS, keep it statistically simple, RAINBOW SPC. Chatter have been working for 6 to 8 months together. Support you. My dream plan to help and this is the first time I'm using WebEx. He helped me a lot to learn. And Honori was my manager. Okay. Unfortunately, he couldn't find us. He worked from 1988 to 2007 at Xerox. He was a great helper and took all obstacles out of the way for me to do what I did at Xerox. Those changes, he used to say, after you elect to the chair, go and implement. Remember, the wise man. He took care of people for me. Thank him. Without his help, I don't think I would have done this. Okay. So he was a vice president, and by the way, he reported to chief officer when it was implemented at Xerox. Kings and opening. Craig Flynn has been a mentor for me since 1980 to present. Sarah Golf and Country Club, meeting room bookings. Doug Paris, I'm a software consultant here to be benchmarked and even condense my presentation material to give you so much in such short a time. Ever present state, encouragement, and support. Senior Jebel hiring me at Jebel. My advisor. Go ascension to immortality. My center. He gives on the one page I sent to India, useful. Thank him. He's been the guidance and support for me. Promote my ASQ fellow. CB working very close for the last few months to this webinar make it successful. And here to her, she actually teaches SPC for ASU and here since 1980. Okay, he's a professor right now in. I was able to make time and come. He is promoter both at Xerox and Jebel. Okay, thank him for that. With us, is a small business association. Is possible use of rainbow charts for business metrics. And spiritual leader. Is guiding us to better our lives. For 5 years, I worked in on ASQ Six Sigma and green training. From Peter Finchers, he defines in life to take quality culture, and this is something that I'm doing in the webinar until whatever time it takes to change it. For me and mentors for me. Mr. Thimmiah is my brother-in-law and guiding and supporting me all life, including introducing my wife. He's in the audience, I think. Big role in 2009 when I shot for one day to ISRO and other industry people. Thank you. Wilson, she did a great job on our tools, and you can access it. She's 24 months on it. I spoke chart approach. And for continuous support from you. Then excellent team. I was frustrated and I called ASQ. What happened to the quality? Then and we are today. Thanks to also, as I was one of the 7 selected to teach 6 the whole world. I missed a lot of names. Excuse me, because I couldn't put everything in. So now the chart, and I can for you. CB, questions or no questions there?
Invite people, folks on the line, write your questions on the chat box and thank you to that.
And ask you 1 hour every day, Monday through Friday. Please contact CB if you're interested, and we'll work something out. In, learning more and in all these things I've taught you.
Then one question. Can you read that?
Oh, sister. Now for the morning Thim. Okay. I agree.
Questions at the end. Questions at the end. Okay. Questions here. One is from. There's one question from Vipul Desai which says, can you please list the simple quality tools used in the rainbow chart? Salam has also asked, please standing one rainbow chart and click them. Questions from Muhammad Musfiqur Rahman saying, how can we get the software? And from Janet Nelson about how long does it take to implement the rainbow chart? take these questions first.
The software is free for India, like I mentioned to you. Come through CB, will work it out. One specific applications also I'll teach you there. The service, show me one tool, how to apply, and so on. That's the purpose of this 1 hour a day I'm devoting days. And one of examples, we can have a webinar and share with other people, okay? 10 minutes, I won't be able to teach you anyone right now. In total, it took probably about 6 months, that's about it. And it was amazing. You simplified this because I said, Thim, make it simple so that people use. So it took but to implement maybe 3 to 6 months.
BAU नहीं हुआ है वहाँ पर
She said.
I think that was some other noise.
I answer all the questions now because the is coaching you on your specific chart. Suppose attribute chart is what you need, I'll train 100% and confidence. And if data is what you need, I'll train that. If that is what you need, I'll train you in that. The community, training them.
Fair enough. What is the algorithm used in the rainbow chart? We have, can you be able to explain more on reliability growth management? And how do the operators, do they need any special skills to use this?
Skill is zero. The platform supported this so much. We had at on the line for a test. Okay, the first guy would walk down to the operator and the defect immediately, so that it's him not to do that defect again. It doesn't take much time. The plant manager also plays a very key part. And if you rainbow charts, you don't have to come to my meeting tomorrow, because when needed, I'm happy because it was a punishment meeting in the conference room. So the reason I'm teaching you is a goal and place to teach.
Question on how do you promote this rainbow application in the micro and small enterprises sector?
Variability exists. Even if you are a prototype man making one piece in 3 months or whatever, still some variability exists, right? What you want to capture. And line with hundreds and thousands of production also you can apply. SPC can be used. Interventions, when to intervene and learn more about it is the bottom line. You can't do anything. If you got to plot it, why instead of sheet somewhere and you forget about it? Computer sitting somewhere.
This software in pharmaceutical industry. As which area?
Pharmaceutical industry. It's not very specific. I used it with my daughter and our people were doctors. 100% you can pharmaceutical industry. Give me an example, I'll show you. But I'll guarantee you can use it.
What are the basic requirements and organizational inputs required for Rainbow? Organization to be at any level of CMMI.
CMMI is to have software writer a chart because it keep creeping out. Believe me or not. Stage of product development in software. Is important in the software development. I'm somebody who are willing to implement, and I'll see you from here.
To assume normal distribution for the population for plotting this chart.
Forced to be normal, like for instance, continuous data. 5 consecutive pieces should be within 50% of specification. It's forcing you to become a normal distribution. You take corrective actions. So you're building in normal distributions. You don't have to worry about is it normal distribution or not.
Good books to read from your experience.
The price was $95 to $5, so that I can buy about the end of 2 years experience in. Come on board.
List of questions we have, and we've also.
Thank you.
So, leave a message with everyone saying that you would write to me in case you wish to be guided further by Thim on any project where you want to apply the rainbow charts, and to make his time available to you to journey. So it's on a first come first served basis. So please, you're welcome to do that. I said in the beginning, any of you who wish to give any feedback to him, you're again most welcome, and about any constructive suggestions on how he can improve, all this he should cover in his future sessions. I'll thank Thim. I think you shared a wonderful session, great insights, specific instances that you've come across and you worked with. The rainbow chart is indeed an innovation, and we hope to benefit from him, from you, Thim. Thank you so much.
Okay, audience, I can do nothing. Thank you all the audience for joining me today and make time.
Let me just unmute everybody. Let's see if anybody has anything to say. Hold on.
Yeah.
Mute in case you want to say anything.
One hour call.
I think thanks. It's okay.
Okay.